What do you hear, what do you say? This is VERTiiGO bringing you another video, and today is a very exciting day. Why? Because there's another survival open world game coming out very soon that I really hope is good, because I'm so sick and fucking tired of games coming out that are just trash and promise so much and never deliver. I swear to God, I am losing my So the game that we're looking at today is SCUM. And I gotta say that I'm pretty confident about this one. It looks promising. Now, don't look at me about the whole survive the night thing, okay? I mean, I know I said that looked promising too, but just hear me out, okay? Because SCUM could very well, listen here, quote me now, okay? SCUM could very well be the real deal. For those of you that have no idea what SCUM is, I'll give you a brief description of the game, because I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, so I'll just go quickly through what this game's about. As I said at the start of the video, this is a brand new open world survival game. You play as a convict or prisoner put on an island for a reality TV show. Now, the first thing that springs to mind is Hunger Games, but this is not really like a battle royale kind of a game. This definitely is a hardcore survival game. In fact, this could be the most hardcore open world multiplayer survival game to date. The developers have released multiple videos describing all the features that make this a ultra-realistic survival game. I'd recommend you go watch those videos, but a quick breakdown of what we have seen so far is there's a metabolism, fitness matters, so your body shape will change depending on how you play the game. So if you don't eat enough food, you will get really thin and weaker. If you eat a lot but don't move around much, you're gonna get fat, slow, and you're just gonna get exhausted while trying to move around. If you are constantly moving and eat the right foods, you're gonna be more buff, stronger, and just more agile, and overall, just more effective. Another really cool feature is how water works and how being wet will affect the gameplay. Now, I can't cover all of this, but the gist of it is being wet drastically affects gameplay. For example, if you wet your clothes and you try to cheat the system by putting dry clothes underneath the wet clothes are going to sink in to the dry clothes and wet those as well. And as I said, this will affect the gameplay. You could potentially get hypothermia if you get too cold. And of course, if objects get wet, like your clothing or your backpack, it's going to weigh you down. You're going to become heavier, you're going to become slower and less effective. So what's really cool about this game, if you don't get the gist already, is that they're going for a very realistic and survival approach, which I love, because far too often do we see open survival games they don't really embrace that survival aspect. They focus more on the PvP. That's not saying that PvP is going to be ignored. We'll get to that in a minute. But it's just really cool to see a game just embrace that survival genre. It's something I've been waiting for since DayZ, because DayZ kind of did it, but this, I'm telling you, is above and beyond, and it's honestly, it's ambitious as hell. So just for the survival aspect, I'm really excited. Now onto the PvP, and it all ties into the survival aspect of the game as well. I mentioned before metabolism, fitness, and that everything you do is going to affect your body shape and how your character moves and is able to handle certain situations. Depending on how healthy you are in terms of your body shape, body size, muscle mass, all that is going to contribute into how much skill you have in a hand-to-hand combat scenario. And yes, it also affects gunplay. So the fitter you are, you can hold your breath longer for those long-distance shots. The stronger you are, maybe there's less recoil, you can control the gun better. If you're feeling sick or you haven't eaten for a while, that's going to affect how your character's going to be able to shoot. They're not going to be as effective as they would be if they were fully rested, full health, and just feeling good. And another new feature added to the game is a feature I think is going to be huge, and it's one of the biggest complaints when I play a survival game in third person. People always say, you know, you should play in first person because it gives you an unfair advantage. You can look over walls, around corners, and get the jump on somebody. Well, that's not going to be in this game. If your character can't see the other person, then neither can you. So there's not going to be any more, you know, hiding around the corner, waiting for someone to come over so you could pop out and shoot them, because you're not going to know where the hell someone is unless you have your 2 eyeballs on them. Now, as I said, the developers of the game did release videos on all these subjects and features, plus more, that I highly recommend you guys go watch if you're interested in the game, because they're much more in depth. I'm just giving you guys an outline of what the game's going to be like, and as you can see, they're going for a very realistic approach, and that really excites me. Now, before I give you guys my opinion on where the game lies in terms of how excited I am and whether or not this is the real deal, I have some exclusive footage for you. Just last weekend was PAX, and of course, SCUM was there. And for the first time, people got to get their hands on the game. Now, it wasn't the survival part of the game they got to see. They got to see like a deathmatch kind of mode, because they wanted to show off, I guess, the mechanics of the combat, and they said that in order to get a grasp of the survival elements of the game, people need to play it for hours, and they just couldn't do that because so many people wanted to play it. So they were giving people like 20-minute tries of the game, so they got to shoot around a little bit, and for the most part, people enjoyed the game, and I got a chance to watch the live stream. Now, the developer himself, or one of the developers, was streaming the event there at PAX. And out of nowhere, I'm just sitting there watching, enjoying myself, when I sensed something, a tingle in the force, I guess you could say. Something wasn't quite right. And then I saw it, looming around the background, looking confused, like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. It was Mr. Moon. And don't worry, because it gets much more crazy, because somewhere down the line through the stream, Moon had an interview with the developer of the game live on stream. And this is where it gets exciting, because this is where the exclusive comes from, because little did the developer know that he was interviewing one of the great masterminds of the survival genre, somebody that could ask the tough questions that all of us want to know. So, Moon went in and asked the developer the tough questions.
Mr. Moon, people are asking for you. Come have a seat.
Sure.
Come have a seat. I'm the developer.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I had no idea who you are. Don't take it to heart.
I will, but
fine.
We'll deal with that later.
Okay. How did
I've
you
been
like
watching this game for a while, actually.
Oh, nice. How did you like the event, type-ish?
It was fun. It was fun. I wish I could hear better. That's about it.
But you can hear me better? You can?
I think I could hear you through there.
Second time streaming in my life. I mean, I'm not streaming. I'm just sitting here answering the questions. Am I doing fine?
You're doing great.
I'm doing great.
From what I've seen.
Nice. Okay. Want some candy? There's some candy if you want.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
No? Right. This is like an interview on stream. This is the best casual thing ever. Do you have time or are you?
Oh yeah, sure. No problem.
All right.
I got nothing planned. Just gonna go get another drink. So that's about all I got planned for.
Oh boy, I have so many of them planned. So, what are your fears about a game like this? What do you think will go wrong?
Well, there always has to be something to do. So, yeah, nobody's into that. See if we got any more questions from chat here. Where are the SCUM's devs from?
Croatia. Yo, technical boss.
Completely cut everybody.
Have a nice rest of PAX.
Right,
I'll take this one.
Take care.
Visit us again.
Listen, I love Mr. Moon. Okay, he's a good friend of mine. My favorite part is when he got his phone out and he's like, let's see what chat wants to ask. And the question he asked is where the developers are from. Moon. And they just, you know what? I'm being a little bit too hard, okay? All right, okay. Now he done a good job. Everyone down in chat, give a round of applause to Moon for that exclusive interview with the developer of SCUM. Now, jokes aside, the game. Now, I gotta say, I'm optimistic about this one. I know I've said this quite a few times about games around the corner that I thought were going to be better than they actually turned out to be. I think a lot of that had to do with just, I wanted it so badly. Like, I just wanted a good survival game to come out. And I think I was just going in blind, just hoping, just praying for it to be good. But this one, I got a good feeling about it. And I really do feel like this is the real deal. And it could be a game changer. I really hope it is. I really want to know what you guys think. If you've heard of SCUM, let me know down below what your expectations are, whether or not you think this is going to be good or not. From the footage at PAX, it looked like it was running pretty smooth, but that's hard to gauge because I'm not sure if they were using internet. It might have been just a cable for local. I would assume that would be what they were doing. But, you know, the game ran well just on its own without any internet issues. At least the game looks to run well. But it's early days. We don't know. Ultimately, I would say to keep an eye on it. I'm very excited. I think this is going to be a really good game. If it's not a good game, I don't know what I'm going to do because by far, SCUM is the most promising survival game we have seen in a long time, probably since Ark, and I'm not a huge fan of Ark, but I've been waiting for SCUM now for a long time. When it first got announced, I've been waiting for this game, and I think this is going to be the one, guys. I really think it's going to be the one, but let me know down below. What do you think? Do you think I'm being a little bit over-optimistic? I don't know. I think this could be it, guys, but yeah, big shout out to everyone for watching the video. If you liked it, of course, let me know down below. Leave a like. Big apology to Moon. I just had to, man. I mean, come on. It was interesting, all right? It was interesting. Nothing against Moon. He's a really cool friend of mine. I think he's going to be okay with it. I hope he doesn't get too upset. But if he does, you know what, Moon? Come get some, mate. Okay? Come get some. But it was funny. I enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you for watching. But until next time, may the Force be with you always.